Teams had played already in that position a few times for Horsens, sometimes in a three-man defense, sometimes in a four-man defense, and it was a little bit more to react on the quality in the air of the opponent. So that was a choice, and I think it went well.
On a vu quand même, on a vu une équipe un peu métamorphosée par rapport à la CAN. La Gambie, personne ne s'y attendait d'arriver en quart de finale. Aujourd'hui, on a vu une équipe un peu modifiée. Qu'est-ce qui a changé? Est-ce qu'il fallait maintenir cette équipe? On dit qu'on ne change pas une équipe qui gagne, mais on remarque quelques changements. La stratégie aussi du coach, est-ce que ça a changé? On voit, à la CAN, on voyait beaucoup de défenses cette passée, on vous a vu attaquer. Qu'est-ce qui a changé? Et pensez-vous que cette euphorie de la CAN est retombée? Bien, on est toujours dans cette dynamique.
Oui, mais au CAN, on a joué contre les meilleurs pays d'Afrique. Naturellement, on va toujours respecter l'adversaire. C'est normal quand tu joues contre la Tunisie, on peut pas jouer vraiment en attaque. Aujourd'hui, on a joué avec tout le respect contre l'équipe 161 au FIFA ranking, et c'est normal qu'on a plus de position de ballon, on attaque un peu plus. Mais c'est aussi une difficulté parce qu'avant, en 2019, on a des problèmes avec Djibouti, et aussi contre Tchad, on n'a pas des matchs faciles. Pour nous, c'est toujours mieux de jouer contre une équipe forte parce qu'on est très bien dans le contre-attaque. On n'a pas tout le temps les joueurs qui peuvent créer des occasions quand on a une position de ballon. Et naturellement, au CAN, il y a quelques joueurs qui sont arrêtés, qui abondaient avec le football après le CAN, les capitaines Pamoudou Djang, Ibrahima Sona, quelques autres joueurs, Mohamed Mbaye, Daouda Ngam, qui sont pas là, et quelques joueurs qui sont absents pour le moment. Hamza Berry, un de nos meilleurs playmakers dans notre équipe, il est pas là. Saidi Yanko, Noah Sonko Sunberg et quelques autres joueurs sont pas là. Mais je suis content avec les performances. On a beaucoup de positions de ballon, on a créé quelques occasions, on n'a pas donné des occasions, pas beaucoup d'occasions pour Sud-Soudan. Et le plus important, et le seul qui compte, on a gagné 1-0. Mais on est aussi dans la transition parce que au CAN, on a beaucoup de joueurs d'âge 29, 30, 31. Et maintenant, on n'a plus de jeunes joueurs. On change, mais c'est normal. Dans le football, je suis 4 ans en Gambie. 35 joueurs ont fait leur début dans mon temps là. Et c'est normal, on change tout le temps, on développe l'équipe. Et ça prend du temps, mais le plus important, comme j'ai dit, on a gagné.
Coach, you said the Gambia is in the, either of Mali, Congo, Brazzaville, or the Gambia could qualify from this group. Now that you played your first game against South Sudan and you won 1-0, can one say that you are in a very good position to qualify?
We have still 5 games to go, so we can end with 3 points on the end of the qualification. I don't think we have to be arrogant. I think we are not a country to think now. We have 2 million people. We are a small country. Let's respect ourselves. I can say we can become world champion, and then you are happy today and tomorrow not. So let's be realistic. We are now 3 points. Next week we play 4 days time against Congo Brazzaville. Inshallah we get 1, maybe 3 points there, and we will see. It will be very tough. On the end, you will need 12 points minimum to qualify. Imagine that every team would beat South Sudan twice. That are 6 points. Imagine that every team wins their home matches. That will mean that Mali has 12 points, Congo Brazzaville has 12 points, and Gambia has 12 points. Even with 12 points, it's possible not to qualify. We make a big step forward. It's very important, but let's also respect the opponents and know where we are coming from. We take it step by step. We are not yet the major powerhouses. South Africa, years a big powerhouse, investing a lot, having the coach who became champion of Africa in 2017, didn't qualify. So let's be realistic and let's work step by step. We have 3 points, we are happy, now we focus on Congo. And after 4 games, I can tell you more if we are on the way to qualify or not.
Mr. Omar, we've seen how you performed at the African Cup of Nations, and we've seen previously teams that performed in the African Cup of Nations, and they couldn't make it to their other Africans that passed. You as the team captain, is there any point in the camp that you feel to press on the boys that you must qualify at the position of the teams that couldn't make it to other?
great question. First of all, I would say we are Team Gambia. We are not Senegal or Algeria, even though we've qualified to the last African Cup and then we played quarterfinals. But still, it doesn't mean that we are number one in Africa. We are still the Gambia. We are still growing. So obviously, we are a little bit pressured, of course, because we did very good in the last AFCON. So obviously, we players, we want to go to the next one and even make more history for the Gambia, obviously. So because pressure is part of football, But at the same time, we know ourselves. We know what we can do, and we still know that we are Gambia. We are still a small country, even though we are bigger than South Sudan. But we still we have respect for them. And Mali is, I don't know, 60 or 70 in the world, and you see Congo Brazzaville. Still Gambia, we are 123 in the ranking, but we're gonna do our best and try to qualify to the next AFCON, because we did very well in the last one. So obviously, we want to go for the next one as well. So this is the goal of the team. Even though pressure is part of football, but this is our goal. So we started we have to play game by game, not to be big head or whatsoever. We are still humble. We are still the Gambia, the same small country. That's why we always respect our opponents. So we take it game by game. Yeah.
Omar, how does it feel to be favorites? It's very few occasions that Gambia play as favorites. Against South Sudan, you are favorites. We saw against Chad, you were favorites, and it was very, very difficult. We went to the Cup of Nations, back home, everybody expects us to go again, despite the fact that you were ahead of South Sudan, but let's say Mali, Congo, Brazzaville are all ahead of you in the ranking. But how would you feel with this extra pressure of being favorites and the fact that people expect you to be back at the Nations Cup?
I don't think we are favorites, if I am being honest with you.
Today you are favorites.
Yeah, against South Sudan, because they are 160 in the world ranking. So obviously, with all due respect to South Sudan, I think we've seen how they played. The last AFCON qualification we played against Djibouti. We struggled against Djibouti, could you imagine? And then at the end of the day, and then we played against big nations like Congo, Brazzaville, Congo, DRC. We played against Gabon. We beat them at home. Yeah, and then Angola as well. So that time we were not the favorites, if you could see. And then this is African football. Every country has their own moment. So I think now this is our moment. So that's the reason why we take this opportunity whenever we have, especially playing home. We want to take every positive result, so it can be easier when we go away as well. So I still think we are not the favorites, but maybe the underdog, #underdog is good for us. That's the reason why we went so far in the AFCON. So I think we are still the underdog.
Let's wait, please. Well, first of all, let's welcome the former Minister of Youth and Sport and now the Gambian High Commissioner to Senegal, Mr. Honorable Hadrami Sidibe. He just joined us. Welcome, sir. All right, yes. Mike, let's take the mic, please. Take the mic.
Thank you very much. Coach, my question is, you mentioned the physicality of South Sudan. Mm-hmm. That's why the problem started in maybe at the back rather than the national position. And like, literally, I think Mohamed Badamosi will be more physical, or is big physical than Hassan Cisse. Mm-hmm. Very good job that, like, with Badamosi, it could have been better. What's your opinion on that? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think James is a defender, Omar is a defender, Buba is a defender, and I spoke about the physicality in their attack. I mean, I can put only tall guys in it, but then you would say, coach, you adapt only to the opponent. For me, Hassan is a striker. He is the all-time top scorer of Gambian football. He scored many important goals for us. And Hassan played today a decent match, a hard workload, not always lucky. I could have played with Badamosi. Badamosi is a fantastic player. I could have played with several other players. But, I mean, we won and we didn't give chances away. So I don't. Yes, Badamosi could have played, but I think Hassan is in ranking of central striker with what he has proven the last 4 years. scoring 15 goals for the national team, 16 goals, 20 goals in the Swiss Premier League, and I think Hassan is #1 striker at this moment. I don't want to adapt with every position to South Sudan, but in the defense, if I can choose between James, who is a very strong, dynamic header, and at that moment Mohamed Sana, who is more an offensive, creating wingback, that was the choice for James. But in other positions we chose our own strength and qualities, and I think Hassan did well, but Bada Mossi could have played also, because Bada is also a very good player.
Is that
Yeah, no.
Coach, we had a good game pass, one half, very important defense, and that's the beginning. But my question will move by the house from the footballing perspective. Let's talk about the fans. Waking up this early morning to the very time around 6 a.m., seeing them, how happy they were to come and cheer for you. What does this mean for you as a coach for the Gambia, and what message do you have for the fans?
Yeah, I mean, I never will forget in all my life, even if I become 117 years old, our game against Algeria, where 45,000, my first game for the Gambia, where 45,000 people were in the stadium. And I think I told it already, my passion for the Gambia started in 2002, when I had close contact with Edi Sonko and all this Kamal Mustafa and Dow. He was my player, I brought him to a club. And later on I came with Namibia, and we lost 3-1 with Namibia against the Scorpions. And I looked at the fans and I said, oh, here I want to coach. This country has football fans. This country is passionate about football. It's amazing. And today, like you said, early in the morning, people drive 5 hours, 6 hours to come and support. We passed a few of the buses celebrating on our hotel in the stadium, even yesterday at the training. For me, it's the biggest honor to represent this beautiful country. And it's amazing, the atmosphere in the stadium. I said already that singing the national anthem is the first time that Gambians do that. It gave me goosebumps before the match and also during the game. So it's fantastic, and I would like to thank all the Gambian fans here, but also at home, because we are all Gambians and we do it all together to celebrate. And thank you very much for that.
Please, just one, please, let's give him the opportunity and then we wrap it up. This is the final question.
Merci. Coach, lors de la CAN, quand vous vous retrouvez à Bafoussam, quand vous devez jouer la 8e de finale de la Guinée, vous avez évoqué le de la Gambie, comparé à celui de la Guinée, pour dire que c'est la Guinée qui est forcément favorite. Mais quand on regarde aujourd'hui la poule de la Gambie, vous êtes avec deux équipes qui n'ont pas joué la dernière CAN. Le Mali, vous avez fait mieux que cette équipe malienne. Est-ce qu'on peut dire qu'aujourd'hui l'équipe gambienne a changé de statut et que cette équipe doit légitimement peut-être prétendre à une des deux places qualificatives?
Je pense que naturellement notre statut est changé. On ne peut pas dire qu'on est un petit pays de football, mais n'oubliez pas, Madagascar a joué le quart final en 2019, pas qualifié pour 2021. Burundi a joué bien en 2019, pas qualifié. Je ne veux pas être arrogant. On a l'ambition, on aime de jouer pour la CAN, c'est une expérience fantastique. Mais Mali est le grand favori. Quand tu vois l'équipe du Mali, c'est un des meilleurs en Afrique. Pour moi, Mali a les qualités pour être champion d'Afrique. Mali a les qualités pour aller aux Coupes du Monde. Quand Mali a joué mieux contre Tunisie, Mali a joué la Coupe du Monde. Et Congo-Brazzaville, c'est un pays fort, avec beaucoup de qualités, qui est mieux, qui a 25 positions mieux que nous en FIFA ranking. Laisse-nous être l'underdog, on aime ça, et après on va voir. Mais naturellement, le statut a changé. Avant la dernière qualification, on est dans la pré-qualification avec DR Congo, Angola et Gabon. Rien de personne n'a pensé de nous. On a gagné ce groupe. Maintenant, on ne peut pas faire le surpris, mais c'est plus difficile pour nous. Mais chaque match, on doit faire tout et on va voir après que c'est suffisant.
All right, we give the final word to the
Yes.
to the High Commissioner, please.
Oh. Yeah.